planning to announce that we tentatively will be closing the end of the year. Due to our numbers, drivers dropping and broadcasters running stream rates. Equipment's in bad shape, and any new stuff is unaffordable. And new company, well, we interviewed 3 different companies. Spectrum was not interested whatsoever. Zito only was interested in the internet, and Blue Ridge was the only one willing to do the entire thing. And they are planning on building an entire fiber optic system all the way to home. Eliminate all the problems we had with amplifiers, causing fuzzy signals, especially on end runs. And we feel this is the best option for the community. If we keep going, nobody will have any TV developed. What money, little money we have left, we have a lot of expenses we have to pay to take all the cable out, take down the tower, satellite dishes. Take every scrap we got. Any questions for? We're going to have Blue Ridge. We're going to have Blue Ridge on video here shortly, answering any of your questions. So yes.
What happens to our share?
That's going to have to remain in our money we have. If there's any money left, we might be able to pay it back. But from what I gather, I doubt there'll be any money.
They actually changed it and made it a membership. The law changed it somehow. It's a membership fee, not a share.
The wrong terminology was used from the start, I believe, because it was never handled like a share. It was always just for startup fees. And there's been free service calls since we've been in here, so that's basically what that took care of.
Any other comments?
I got a comment on that. So we have to pay to take our plant out. So we have to have money left to be able to take that plant out. We have to tear our tower down, dishes down. We have to take all this line down. That's ours. So
there's, yeah.
and we have minimal money as it is, and we don't know how much all this is going to cost. Plus, then we still have all our regular monthly bills that once we close, we still got to pay them because most of the bills, if you're paying them now, are for last month. Hold on. Just trying to get them to turn their cameras on.
Any other questions about our side of it? I think Tom from Blue Ridge is going to answer probably most of your questions.
Is there going to be a downtime?
We're not planning on it, no. We're going to continue until they're up and ready and rolling.
How will the bill be done? Locally or?
Billing will be either mail it in or online.
Yeah, you can set up recurring payments and pay online or mail it in. However, they will have a local office in Mansfield and Wellsboro that you could stop in and pay a payment at as well.
So they're going to close the Westfield building then?
Yep, we would be dissolving completely.
You will be too.
I may take a job with Blue Ridge. They've offered a job to both of us, and we're talking about that. Yep. Okay.
And let's see, can I do gallery? Wish I could get rid of us. Okay, go ahead.
We introduce you. This is Tom Freeman of Blue Ridge Cable.
And Joe.
And Joe.
Laura.
The main office of Blue Ridge Cable. And Tom manages the Wellsboro Mansfield office. Go ahead, Tom.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Unfortunately, this way. I planned to be there in person, but I ended up going on vacation out of state. While I was out there, the governor must have got word of that and didn't want me back. But anyway, we have a 14-day quarantine process, and I'm in day 7 of my sentence. So this is unfortunately the way I have to join it, but it's kind of cool that we have technology to be able to at least do it this way. So I'd first like to just start out by thanking those folks at the front of the room there. That board, your board of directors, Julie and the office staff, and Sean, you really, maybe you do understand, but I hope that you understand the debt of gratitude that these folks deserve. They've worked really hard for a high salary that they get to provide you a level of service that has been hard to maintain. And they're dedicated to providing that service to you. They've kept the rates as low as they possibly could. Their rates are lower than our rates. I'll be right up front with you that way. Programmers have gotten to the point where they've gotten very greedy, if you will. They've just upped their rates and upped their rates. And there used to be some margin in cable between what you had to pay out and what you had when you got done. That margin's pretty much evaporated when it comes to TV service right now. And these folks that you see up in front of you have managed that about as well as you could possibly manage it. But they have to pay the same cost for every channel that they provide, that Comcast does, Spectrum does, Blue Ridge does, and they're trying to balance their books on a very small number, hundreds of subscribers, where the rest of us are balancing on thousands or tens of thousands of subscribers. So the fact that they have gotten your community, your board has gotten your community TV association into this far along into 2020 is a testament to their ability to manage. So I got to congratulate them for that. I also appreciate the relationship that we've been able to forge over the years. We started working with this board and, excuse me, and your employees there a number of years ago when Northern Tioga asked us and Penteledata, a partner of ours, to provide internet services to Westfield Elementary, to all of Northern Tioga, but in particular, in your case, to Westfield Elementary and Coneski Valley High School. And one of the largest expenses that we face is attaching to poles. And anything that has to move around on a pole costs a lot of money, and sometimes you have to replace the pole. So we approached your board about a possible overlash agreement, which was simply a place where we could attach our wire to their plant and then feed your schools up that way. That helped keep the cost of construction down for the school district, and every taxpayer in the school district benefited because of the lower cost. And so we were able to accomplish that. And so that's where our relationship kind of started. We kind of forged a relationship there. And working with Ron, he said, hey, we could use some fiber if you guys are here. We need to shorten up some of our long cascades of amplifiers now. Could you drop us off some fiber at 249 and 49, and maybe we could feed Knoxville and shorten up some of the plant to use to feed to them. We did the same thing in the middle of Westfield, and they ran some fiber on up to your head end and got rid of that run that came down over the hill through the woods and came out on 49 there near the Westfield Elementary School, and it probably saved a lot of outage over the years, I'm guessing. But we helped out a little bit technically. You know, if there was some trouble with different things in the plant or up at your head end, I had staff that was willing to come over and help out a little bit. And that was kind of a two-way street. We learned a lot as well going up and having the opportunity to work with your staff and trying to figure out some issues. Technical issues are never easy, and the more heads you can put to it, the better it is. And we learned a lot from that as well. That's kind of how we began our dialogue and our relationship. And as time moved on, we discussed the possibility of, what if the what ifs began to came up. What if we wanted to go out of business? What if we can't continue to keep going anymore? What if we get to that point where it's just not economically feasible for Westfield to continue? Knoxville kind of ran into that. Sabensville kind of ran into that. And your board took them on and was able to serve the customers in those areas. And I think we got to the point where that what if, can we stay in business, just kind of became a reality. And they started exploring the options. And one of the options was to come to Blue Ridge and say, if we would go out of business, what is it you might be able to do for us? And as Ron said, I think you talked to some other companies along the way as well. But just to give you a little bit of a history of Blue Ridge, it's a family-owned company. I manage the Tioga County systems for Blue Ridge. I've been here for 30 years working for Blue Ridge, and I'm proud to work for them and happy to work for them, and hope they continue to employ me for a few more years. But it's really been a good company. With a family-owned company like this, I told the previous meeting, it's not at all unusual for me to get a call or an email or a text from one of the members of the family or the leadership team down there and say, hey, this customer had this issue. What happened? What can you do about it? Why did it happen? How can we prevent that again? That's not at all unusual to get that kind of a message to my level right from the top, because they really do want to make sure that the customer service is number one. There's a lot of companies in our business. Voice, data, and video products are not hard to come by with a good internet connection. And the thing that I think that we can do, that we do, and that we can do for you, I think we can provide a high level of customer service with our product. And I think you'll find that's where the difference is between Blue Ridge and any other company that can do voice, data, and video. So I'm proud to be part of that team. And I'm excited about the possibility of putting fiber into the northern part of Tioga County. The Sabensville, Knoxville, and Westfield areas are going to get the state of the art that we're doing in Blue Ridge right now. We're going to be putting a fiber product that we don't offer anywhere else yet. It's really the leading cutting edge of fiber to the home technologies. And you're going to have it in your part of the county faster. There are places in urban areas that won't see this technology for a number of years. So that's exciting to me. I'm really looking forward to having this type of technology available, and I'm really excited about having it available in Tioga County. We hope to begin construction with this in the middle of August, and then construction will continue. We'll probably be rolling out our voice and data product, I would say mid-October, and then followed by our TV product probably toward the end of November. So that's kind of our timeline of what we have. I'm sure you have a ton of questions. I've rambled on long enough. Joe, would you like to add anything at this point?
Yeah, sure. Just to build on a little bit what you said, we're excited to come into this area and with the best that's out there. So when Tom says it's the latest technology, it literally is the latest technology. A lot of even the big cable companies don't have this technology yet. So we're excited. We can't wait to roll it out. But I don't want to scare some people away. Some people, like my parents, for example, are not into technology. They just want the simple things. But with us, we have a wide range of packages and internet speeds where you can get the simple, basic plan, or if you want the technology, we have it for you. So, and we have everything in between. So whether if you just, need the simple things, just internet to check your email, Facebook, we have that. And if you need faster internet for gaming and more advanced services, we have that. So we have a wide range and a bunch of different options for our customers to choose from.
Be willing to answer any questions that anybody has.
Westfield customers, current customers?
Are you going to cover all of Westfield's current customers?
We're looking at covering almost all of the footprint. Our engineering designs aren't 100% complete yet. There may be a small spot here or there, but the vast majority of where there's plant now will be covered. I can't say that we're going to cover 100% of it, but we're going to be awfully close.
When are you going to be able to tell us those who will not be covered?
Well, I can tell you right now that there's two spots that I have some concern about. We'll see how the design comes out. There's some spots going up the California Road. Once you get up there, there's some really bad pole issues going out that way that I'm not sure that we can overcome financially. That's not to say that we do the design and they don't, come up with something that proves me wrong. I have a little bit of concern about that particular spot, and Knox Road, I have a little concern about that spot. Other than that, there's no alarm bells that are sticking out to me, and they may not be to our designers. I'm just telling you from writing it out, I have a little bit of concern for those two areas.
Compared to what we're paying now.
How is it going to be price-wise compared to what we're paying now?
Well, as I said in the beginning, we're going to be more expensive for our video product. There's no doubt about that. Your board has kept your rates very low, and it's pretty unusual. As a matter of fact, we're actually looking at a rate increase here. So we had planned a rate increase because of programming costs being increased in April. Because of the COVID environment and the economics and how that hit everybody, we put that off until September. But with you coming on in the October, November timeframe, we've pretty much concluded what those rates are going to be. You have the channel cards in front of you there. So if you look at the gray on the top left-hand corner, you'll see that there's a broadcast basic there. That's our very lowest level of cable offering. And it's there by design. It's not an accident that for those who simply can't afford cable or don't want a lot of cable, that's the very minimum level of service. That level of service is 3604. The one that compares to probably what most of you have, if you add the basic plus to that, which is the next light blue tab right below that. So you add those channels of the gray tab and those channels into what we call basic plus, that gets you at 9620. So yes, we're going to be a little bit more expensive than what you're paying for right now. Again, the margins in cable have gotten so slim that it's hard to keep absorbing those costs. We can't keep eating the costs anymore. But one of the things that I think you need to think about is we're going to be providing you an internet product that no other provider in the Valley has there right now. We're going to be able to provide you with speeds up to 1 gig. And there's several packages in between. You don't have to take the 1 gig speed. But one of the things that our packages of internet service will allow you to access is different video products. YouTube TV, Hulu, Stir, there's just a whole host of video products out there that you might find you're completely happy with. They offer you what you want. They have the channels that you want. You don't want all these other channels, but they have the one that you're looking for. By having that type of an internet service, you're going to open yourselves up to a whole new world of what's available by streaming products through our internet service, should you choose to have our internet service. We'd love to have you as a cable customer, but should you choose not to, you now have a whole bunch of new options for you.
They run the fiber through Knoxville, do they run it through the house, do we have to change our lines in the house?
Trying to help me out there.
When you run the fiber to Knoxville, are they gonna have to change out their stuff in their house and everything?
Their wires.
Their wires and everything. Are you guys gonna do that or what?
Yes, well, let me approach that in a couple different ways. As far as cost goes, let's take that on first. I talked to our company officials earlier this week, and they pretty much said to me, you know, if we have a customer of record with Westfield as of October 1st, we will offer them a free standard installation. So if you're an existing customer, or if on September 29th you decide it's a good idea to hook up to a cable system there, we will give you a free standard installation for your whatever service it is you're installing at that point in time. As far as the lines in your house, this is a bit of a different technology than what I'm used to and probably what you're used to. We're going to run a fiber optic cable into your home to a device that is going to be similar to a cable modem. And from that cable modem, it'll either be Ethernet or wireless technology to your additional outlets or throughout your house from there. There'll still need to be a device on each TV for video, but the traditional coax cable in your house will be not used. It'll be useless. It'll either be Ethernet or wireless.
Donald? Don?
Yeah.
Another question?
The prices for like TV, the basic and broadcast basic, are those total price, or is there like fees and taxes and surcharges that another $30 on?
Joe, you want to take that one?
Yeah, there's taxes on television service. So short answer to your question, yes, there is additional taxes. What those are exactly, I can get for you, but I don't know those off the top of my head. But it's at least a 6% sales tax from the state, and I'm not sure if there's any additional off the top of my head, but there's at least the 6% sales tax.
Sure, one of the questions would be about additional televisions.
Do you need a box for each television?
There you go. You need a box for each television, and probably is there additional cost? That's the question.
Yeah, the short answer is that you probably will need a box for each additional television. And yes, there would be a charge for each box depending on the level of service that you have with that. These are interactive devices and they're fairly expensive boxes. So yes and yes. The technology is new enough yet that I haven't gotten deep enough into to know whether your internet ready TV might accept something other than the box, but because you're going to be a customer that's going to access our services, you're going to need some kind of an address, whether it's a MAC address, an IP address, or something like that, to allow you to go back through our system and authorize you to have those services. Otherwise, anybody with an internet ready TV plugs one in and they're just up and running and you're paying for it and they're enjoying it for nothing. So we need some level of security, and that level of security generally goes through some type of a set-top device.
If your TV cable goes out, how long do you have to wait to have it repaired?
If your
TV cable goes out, how long do you have to wait to have it repaired?
Well, that's going to depend on what caused it to go out. We have standby power supplies. The most common cause for outages is, believe it or not, is being without power. We have standby power supplies that are built into this design. Right now, our typical standby power supplies will run 4 to 6 hours, depending on how heavily they're loaded. We're looking at a couple options here. I'm thinking we'll probably have 10 to 12 hours of runtime in the event of a power outage. And now if somebody takes a tractor and trailer and knocks down 4 span of fiber and it lays in the road and there's power on top of it, you have to factor in the fact that you have to get other utilities in there. No different than today. You have to get other utility companies in there to get their facilities out of the way, particularly power. You don't want to get anybody hurt. And then you move your crews in and begin construction as soon as possible. Just to give you an idea of the level of service that we try to provide, we have a call center that's available 24/7, 365. We have a local supervisor that will take a call from our call center, and he'll determine whether or not that call needs a dispatch now, tomorrow, whatever. Let's say it's Christmas morning, your internet is out, and you live in Knoxville. Everybody else around you's got internet. I have a guy that's going to come if you make that call, and he'll be there and fix your internet. And so that dispatcher will call an on-call supervisor. The on-call supervisor will call an on-call field service representative who will be dispatched to take care of those issues. If we have a major issue, we have on-call engineering staff and we have an on-call construction staff. So I feel very confident and very comfortable that accidents are going to happen, but we're as well prepared to fix those and repair those as any company out there.
If you have a high definition television and you just take the basic programs, your high definition does count?
So if you take a look at that channel guide that you have there, just after the middle fold, there's a column that says HDTV. If you subscribe to a level of service that one of those channels are listed in under the HDTV, you will get that channel in HD.
And what's that basic price for that?
That's part of the package that you pay.
So if you choose broadcast basic, which is their lowest one, like over in the HD, it says ABC is in there, you'll get ABC in high definition.
Oh, okay.
There's a, if you'd like to get that internet access, you have to go to check out
Your website.
the website.
Your website.
The website is brctv.com. And all our rates and services and specials and all of that are on that website. Packages. Joe, is there anything else there that you want to point out about the website?
I think it's on the back of your flyer.
Just one thing is with that HD, if you go to the website today, there will be an HD access fee of $4. That will be going away. So in September, when we launch our new rates, that is going away. And like Tom said, all the HD channels will be included. There's no additional fee for HD. If you look at our website today, it has a $4 charge listed for HD access channels. But by the time you get our service, that $4 won't be there. It's all included.
Okay, I'd like to ask you, say you take the second package, $97. You add the internet and hidden fee, approximately how much is that going to be?
Did you hear him?
I didn't. Could you help me out with that one, please?
He said if they take the basic plus package.
Second one.
Yeah, that's this one. If they take the basic plus package and then get internet and things, approximately how much is that going to cost with tax and things?
Yeah, the nice thing about, and I'm not trying to be evasive of this, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now we have 7 levels of internet service that you could take. We have 4 of those levels that you get a discount a significant discount if you take our video product as well. And so, again, I'm not trying to be evasive, but it depends on the level of service, what the cost is. But we do give a significant discount on the majority of our packages if you have our video product as well. Joe is really good about talking about our bundling, and he's very familiar with the bundling and how that works in the specials that we do.
I think you could probably speak about your lowest package right now, Tom, because that's pretty much the highest we can get around here is your 10 meg.
And I think it'd be good to have Joe tell him about promotions and things.
Yeah, promotions would be good to talk about as well.
So if you want to go ahead, Joe.
Sure. Since you were going to be new in the area, you're considered new customers to us. And the good news is about what that is, you get our new customer promotional offers. So if you bundle your phone with internet or get a triple play service, phone, internet, and TV, there's significant discounts. And the promotions run either anywhere from 12 to 24 months. So for the first 12 months of your service, at least, you'll be receiving a discount. For example, right now we have an internet and phone bundle that's $49.95 a month. So you get unlimited local and long distance calling, and I believe our 50-speed internet service for $49.95 a month for 12 months. That's a nice discount. Again, it's a nice way to get to know our services, get to know our speeds. Then after the 12-month promotion, you can downgrade your speed, you can upgrade your speed, you can remove things, all without penalty. And also to be aware, there's no contracts either. So if you take that 12-month promotion and after 3 months you want to disconnect, you want to stop for some reason, I don't know why you would, but let's say you do, there's no early cancellation fees or anything. So it's a great way to try our services at a discounted rate. And the more services you have, if you go to triple play, the higher the discount. But let's just say you want internet only. There's also just internet only discounts as well as phone only discounts as well. So you don't necessarily have to bundle 2 or 3 together. If you only want internet, there's internet promotional offers just for the internet.
How much do these boxes cost? How much do the boxes cost?
The boxes are going to depend on probably the level of service that you want to get out there. We're still looking at some of these IPTV boxes. Right now, the only thing I can tell you to compare to is the boxes that we currently have. They'll be competitive with the marketplace, but these IPTV boxes that we're looking at are pretty much brand new. Some of the boxes that we have right now to offer our TiVo product, just to give you an example, have a built-in hard drive for the DVR for them. So they're fairly expensive boxes. And Joe, the rate for a TiVo box right now is it
probably $450, $425.
So, they're not terrible expensive, but with this particular box that doesn't have a hard drive in it, your DVR, if you want to do some digital recording, instead of recording it to a hard drive in an expensive box, it's actually going to be recorded on the internet, in the cloud, if you will. So I don't have the prices on those boxes yet, so we can't really break that price down. But you're probably going to be $495, $595, somewhere in that area. It'll depend on the sophistication of the box. Now, if you just want TV in the garage and you just want just a simple box, we'll have a simpler box for that. If you want all of the services that you have on your main TV in a bedroom and keep all of those services on there, that one's probably going to cost you a little bit more than the one you put out in the garage. But I honestly can't tell you what they are right now.
And that's a 5-month rental rate?
It's a monthly fee on your bill.
Right. And it'd be per TV.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Break that down to a monthly payment. You don't pay the whole $400.
$4.95, I believe, on top.
Yeah. It's $4.95 or $5.95.
Or $5.95 or $6.95. Right.
A month per TV on top of what he told you this other price is.
But you're not owning those boxes out.
No,
Just
you're
renting.
you're just renting them.
You're just renting the boxes.
With a cable modem, we do have an option with that at this point. Our cable modems we sell for $79.95 if you want to purchase your own. It has a 1-year warranty on those. If you want to rent one, we rent them for $5.95 right now. If it gets struck by lightning, if you keep it for 2 years and we upgrade the technology, we just replace it. There's no cost for it if you rent it. If you buy it and you own it, you know, you can save yourself $5.95 a month, but you got to keep in mind it's your modem. And if something happens to it after year 1 or we change the technology and it advances and your modem is not compatible anymore, then that would be your decision whether you wanted to rent a new one or whether you wanted to just purchase a new one. But we do have those options with the cable modems at this point.
So we rent it, you take care of it, if we buy it, it's our responsibility.
Right.
If you buy it and you have it, it's your liability. If you rent it, it's our liability.
Other questions?
Up until recently, a Buffalo 1 or 2 stations was offered for our area. In the future, will any consideration be given to getting one or both of those?
Buffalo Networks was the question?
Yes.
Yeah, the short answer is no, but I can give you a little bit of an explanation for that if you would like. Buffalo, we had some Buffalo stations on over in Gelton. Gelton was in a Potter County market, and believe it or not, Potter County is in the Buffalo broadcast market as defined by the FCC. Tioga County is in the Elmira market. So if you carry an out-of-market network, ABC, NBC, CBS, the cost to do that is out of this world to do that. Now, when you take the Buffaloes, even if we wanted to carry the Buffalo networks, and this was the same thing I ran into in Gelton before we fed Gelton from the Wellsboro area, was the broadcasters, when they went from analog to digital, they reduced their power pretty significantly. Some of them even moved their tower sites, and I could not keep it on the air. It was terrible to keep on the air. And that was a little bit before the out-of-market rates went so crazy for a duplicated network. Local news is one of the things that people kind of missed from the Buffalo area. But we just couldn't keep them on the air. And I think, Sean, did you have some of those same issues?
Yeah, exact same. The signal just dropped out when they moved their antenna just too far away.
So
So
Tom,
by the FCC standards, we're in the Elmira market, so we carry the Elmira off airs. But one of the things that we did do on our local access channel, because we do live in Pennsylvania, you wouldn't think it when it comes to TV, but we put on WNEP's news out of the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area. So anytime their news is live, we carry that on channel 13, both in the early morning before 7 a.m., at noon, at 6 and 11 o'clock at night.
Okay, my next question is, can this TV service be temporarily disconnected or suspended and then restarted? And is there a reconnect fee if it does? And where I'm going with this is, if, for example, people would go to Florida in the winter for several months, could they have their service temporarily disconnected or suspended and then restarted once they got back? Or would there be a fee for doing that?
Our normal installation fee is $54.95. If you're a seasonal customer and you're gone for at least 3 months and you give us a date when you want it installed when you leave, we cut that down to $24.95.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Help me out, Sean or Julie, please.
What would the connection be into the house if you wanted only internet and not cable?
Cost-wise, if you
Yeah,
if
basically,
you want,
what would be involved with that if someone just wanted internet, start to finish?
well, as I mentioned earlier, if you're a customer of record as of October 1st with Westfield TV, we're going to offer you a free installation, a free standard installation. That's going to save you $54. But since you're already a customer of the Westfield TV Association, we don't care if it's adding internet or adding TV. If you want to wait and add TV later and you don't want to add the internet, if you just want to add the internet, just want to add the phone, we're going to do that installation, free standard installation one time for you folks that are part of the Westfield cable system now.
And Tom, does that, if they got just internet running the direct fiber feed into the home, into the wireless box to run everything, that would still apply, right?
That's correct.
Be the same cable no matter what service you're going to use, correct?
That's correct. Just a different device on the end of the fiber.
$50.
$54.95.
Tom, do you charge a fee for the internet modem also?
Yeah, right now the modem that we're using, and that's the only thing I can give you to compare to, the modem that we have right now is available for lease for $5.95 a month, or you can purchase it for $79.95, and there's a 1-year warranty on it. So that's your choice. $5.95, it's our liability. $79.95, it really becomes your liability after the year warranty is up.
Does a Verizon modem work on this?
No.
Okay, what about various other
Cable modems.
cable or various other modems? What type?
It's possible, and I wish I could answer that, but because this IPTV technology is so new to us, I'm assuming that would be the case, that you could go buy your modem at Best Buy or any place else. I can't tell you that with 100% certainty at this point, but I feel pretty comfortable that probably will be the case.
Right.
Does the internet modem handle multiple computers?
Does the internet modem handle multiple computers and things?
If you think about it this way, the internet modem just brings the data to you. How you manage that after that is up to you. You could have, if you have a really heavy user that's a gaming guy and he's really banging away at it, the device itself doesn't limit it to how many things can be used. It's the amount of bandwidth you want to purchase is the limiting factor to that. It's not the device, it's the level of service.
Will it be strictly wireless inside, or will there be Ethernet ports on that modem? You know?
It could be either.
Okay.
Joe, do you want to talk about the Eero a little bit?
Behind you. Hold on.
Yeah, so we have the another latest technology. We partnered with Eero, which is it's called the Wi-Fi mesh network, and it's a more advanced form of Wi-Fi on, let's say, on the back end. But the good news is for the customer, it's pretty much seamless and so easy to use, and it has great distance as well. So I have it here at my house. I can go out and back on my deck and get perfect Wi-Fi signal. I can go in my basement. I get good Wi-Fi signal. It's pretty much eliminates dead spots throughout your home. And we have the option where we can have a technician set it up for you. Or if you're savvy, you can set it up yourself. It's really easy. And you can also control it with an app on your smartphone as well. It does have parental controls, so you can limit if your son's in his bedroom and you want to shut off his Wi-Fi so he goes to bed, you can knock off his device. You can set parental controls up so they can stay away from, adult content on the website, let's say. But it's very simple to use. Wall Street Journal did a review on it and called it the best wireless network out there. So we're happy to offer that as well. That's $5.95 a month. It is in addition to the internet cost, but it makes you wireless throughout your home.
Joe?
Yes.
If they want that, is there a cost for them to have that installed, or like if they already were signed up and wanted it later?
Yeah. So if we have to come back to the home, there is that installation fee of $54.95, but there is a self-install option. And it is real simple to set up. What we tell some customers is try it yourself, and then if you have difficulty, then we'll come out, and it's a failed install fee, which I believe is a little less. Tom probably has more on that, but we can set it up. But if we have to come back out, it would be that $54.95 charge. It'll be best to try to get everything all at once. And then you can always, if you don't like it or don't want to use it, you can always bring it back. And there's no, for lack of a better term, a 30-day money back guarantee. So, try it for a week. And if you don't like the Wi-Fi network, you can always disconnect it and bring it back to our office. And there's no charge for that. So I would suggest get it if you're unsure, as opposed to waiting and, worrying about additional install fees later on.
She had a question.
So we keep our own phone numbers if we go with the phone service?
Can you keep your own phone number if you go with Blue Ridge's phone service?
Yes.
That's pretty clear.
Yeah, we give you the option. You can get a new number if you want, or if you want to keep your number, it's called porting. We can port your number over and keep your number.
And they want to know that's a landline, right? It's not cell phone
Yeah.
or anything like that.
What is the phone cost? Is our question.
Again, there's some bundle options on there. But if you just wanted to have our basic phone service and that's all you had, it would be $49.95. And that gets you free calling anywhere, long distance and local calls in the United States, Canada as well, Joe, correct? Guam. And then if you put it with some of our other services, it becomes discounted. If you have our basic plus cable or internet, it's $39.95. If you have our basic plus cable and internet, it's $34.95. So it's really very reasonable.
After your first year that you've been on your table, do the fees go up again then? Because they give you a 1-year discount, but then watch out.
They're curious about after 1 year what the prices would do.
If you have one of our packages, you want to look at what our normal rates are, because it will adjust to whatever our normal rates are at the end of that package. We don't want any surprises. We're trying to offer a promotional rate that saves you some money for a year or 24 months. But when that promotion is over, and it will revert back to our regular normal rates. So you should always ask what those rates are.
Tom and Joe, so for that question, like, would they be at that point available to get a new promotion that you guys might be offering at that time, or like a loyalty customer discount or anything like some other places sometimes offer?
It's hard to say. It all varies on what we're doing at that time of the year. We evaluate our promotions monthly. They might not change monthly. Our current promotions we had now since the beginning of COVID. So they've been, the same for the last 6 months. Right now, we do have, we call them retention offers. If a customer calls up and says, I just can't afford this anymore, or, the price is too high, we do have some offers. Now, will they be available next year? We don't know that. Could there be better offers next year? Could be. So it could be better. It might be not as good. It's hard to say, a year from now what it will be. But one thing that we're very transparent, on our website, you'll see the promotional offers. And if you scroll down, you'll see standard pricing. So there's a lot of, promotional offers out there that you don't know what the regular rate is. So we publish it right on our website, what that offer is and what the rate is going to be. And also when you call and order our service, they'll tell you, like Tom said, they'll tell you what the rate will be after the 12 months or after 24 months. They'll let you know. So there's no surprises. And again, when that time comes, you can always ask and say, is there any new promotions available? My rate's about to go up. Is there anything that can be done? So I don't want to say definitely yes, there is. And I don't want to say definitely no, there won't be, because there might be.
Other question?
Do you offer like any senior or AARP or anything like that discounts?
You hear that? Uh-oh.
Senior AARP, Joe?
I think we lost Joe. He's frozen.
Okay. Joe, are you still there by voice?
Nope.
Okay. Right now, I'm not aware of any senior AARP discounts that we are offering. We offer any of the specials to anyone that wants to take advantage of them.
Okay. Any other questions? Oh, one more.
If you have 2 TVs at your house, and you need 2 boxes, they're $5.95 a month per box.
Yes.
If you had 2 TVs, it'd be $5.95 or whatever the price is
Per box.
per box. Correct.
That's correct.
I said this at the last meeting, and I'm going to say it again. If you ever hope to get any kind of new business in this area, we have to have this kind of internet service. I think most people understand that.
Yeah, I think it'll do great things for the area, having that available.
And say, is there any other questions?
Any other questions? Any other questions?
Was there anything talked about in other meetings that we haven't thought about?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it covers some things.
Yeah. Yep. I can't remember if that was this meeting. I think that might have been last meeting. Somebody asked about how they go about getting signed up. So they said they would send out a letter either 30 days or 2 weeks before they're ready to roll and say services are going to be available in your area and this is what you need to do to get signed up, and you follow those instructions. And then once they're live and ready to roll, they'll send out another one saying, welcome, we're now in your area. This is what you need to do to get signed up.
They said they would put outdoor.
Possibly, yeah.
One thing that comes to mind, they don't think they cover, I think they went on the internet, telephone.
Oh,
And
yes.
the video and the.
Right now, it looks like October, they'll be doing internet and phone. Mid to end November will be the video. But that could change.
Tentatively.
We'll say
Yeah.
What about like the local, we want to have like an advertisement on and things like that offer, that that promotion that you guys do, will they have something very similar?
That's channel 13 on theirs.
So you,
You
do.
just, however you go, I don't know. Tom, how do they, like, if they have an ad they want you to run on the local channel 13, how do they go about doing that? Do they email you guys or?
Yes, I have an email address that I can give to everyone that they can send in. We like to have it 2 weeks in advance if we can. We know sometimes things aren't planned that far in advance. We like to have it 2 weeks in advance if we can. And we'd be happy to run anything on there that you would like for your community event, your church, your bake sale, your chicken barbecue, any of those kinds of things we are happy to put on there. I'm not sure it'll look as good as what Sean does, but we'll do our best.
That'll be specific to our area. We won't be getting all other areas, correct?
You'll get everything that they, like, you'll get Wellsboro, Mansfield, everybody will be on there.
everybody be
Because
together,
your
right?
feed's coming from Wellsboro.
Not just
But
area specific.
Yeah.
If there's a churchyard sale in Roseville, you're going to see that just as they will see your event, in Potter Brook.
And that's a free service.
That's a free service. We do take some paid ads. We don't get a whole lot of them, but if, Joe Schmo is running for, local township supervisor and he wants to purchase an ad, they're $2 a day to purchase an ad. And there is a 14-day minimum for those.
Will there still be two Elmira channels
Yeah, you'll get all the Elmira, because they got duplicated.
Back there's 3 of them.
Yeah,
That right there on the list. Can't see. She asked if they'd still have 2 Elmira channels.
yeah, you'll still get WPN and WENY.
Yeah, it's right there on the front page there. First package.
In the broadcast basic.
What's the price of the digital basic?
A digital basic is $16.95.
In addition to the other, yes.
That's correct.
I thought it was $21.95, Tom. Thought that was
For digital basic plus is $21.95.
plus. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so digital basic is $16.95. Okay.
That's correct. And with
How much is your premium channels, like the movie channels, HBO and them?
So we have HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, the movie channel, Stars, and Encore for a total of 67 channels of premium channels. If you buy them all, they're $48.95. You can pick any 3 for $39.95, or you can pick any 2 for $29.95. HBO a la carte is $20.50, and each of them, Showtime, Cinemax, Stars, and Encore, are each $16.95 a piece standalone.
And with you guys, if they say sign up for just HBO, they don't get just one HBO, correct? They get all HBO. So like if there's 5 HBOs, they will get all 5 for the $20.50.
Right. So if you look at the third column over, and it says premium channels down toward the bottom in green, where you see anything labeled HBO, 300 through 306, that is the price for all of them.
What is the difference between Basic Plus and the digital basic?
So Basic Plus would compare to what you're getting now for $75 a month. Digital Basic is going to have, it will have the broadcast basic and the Basic Plus channels, but also these channels from 100 over to 174.
So it's basically like our lower tier, and then our full package would be the first 2.
Right.
basic plus, you're still also paying the basic.
Yes. So if
And
you take basic plus, you'll have broadcast basic and your basic plus on that.
That'd be 36 plus 9.
No, that's 9620 and that includes the broadcast basic.
Okay, that-
It's just when you get past that, then it's the extra on top of the 96. So I got another question I can think of, I don't think we covered in the other meeting, is say I want broadcast basic, but maybe I see something in digital basic I want. Can I get broadcast basic and digital basic? Or do I have to get basic plus and then work my way up?
Joe, you want to cover the digital gateway?
Yeah, you could get, to answer your question specifically, you would have to get basic plus to get digital basic plus. But what Tom is referring to is with you can only need broadcast basic and you can get digital gateway. Now what digital gateway, and you can skip over the basic plus tier. What digital gateway gets you is over 50 music channels from Music Choice. It also gives you access to on demand. So you can rent movies. And there's also some free stuff on demand as well. From those networks that you have on your level of service, say that you have basic plus, you can just get digital gateway and you'll have access to, say, A&E, AMC, all those networks on demand material. So it kind of gives you, we call it VOD, video on demand. It gives you access to that library plus 50 some music channels. So it's a pretty good price, but so that's the only one you don't need basic plus for. You can skip over basic plus and get digital gateway. But if you want digital basic or digital basic plus, you have to do the building blocks. You have to get basic plus, digital basic, and then get digital basic plus. You can't go from gateway to digital basic plus. You have to get digital basic and then digital basic plus.
But you could get the premiums, correct, Bill?
But you could get premiums too. So if you just want HBO, say you want broadcast basic or basic plus and HBO, you can do that. You don't need to subscribe to the digital tier.
Okay. How about if you want just broadcast basic and HBO, can you do that?
Yes.
Now, we're thinking about signing up. Call, have somebody come out and talk to us. Like, over what needs to be done and how it will all work.
I don't think they would come out, but you could definitely reach them by phone and they could explain everything thoroughly for
And
you.
the agent you would receive on the phone would be able to say, well, what do you think you want? And then you tell them what you're looking for and they would be able to suggest the best possible package or things for you and pricing and things.
Yeah, we call it right sizing. They'll ask you what channels you like, what channels you watch, and they'll put you in the right package at the best price. Same thing with internet. They'll ask you what you use the internet for, how many people in your household use the internet, how many devices are going at the same time, and they'll make sure you have the right speed and you're not paying for too much speed or you're not paying for enough speed. They're trained to pretty much put you in the package that's right for you. And like I said, you can always try for a month or two. And if you need to upgrade your speed or add more channels, you can certainly do that.
Would someone have to come out to do that? I know the answer. I'm just asking for everyone else.
No, I don't think so, right? Definitely for the internet, no. We can definitely lower lower speeds and increase speeds.
What's your
Right.
speed compared to Verizon? I have regular Verizon.
What's your speed compared to Verizon DSL?
Do you want me to tell you what I've heard your speeds are before I answer that? I know a lot of you, and it depends on where you are, struggling to get 2, 3, 4, 5 meg. Our lowest package that we offer starts with a 10 meg package. So I
Double.
think
So yeah, Verizon offers.
I don't know what Verizon's offerings are, I've only heard what people tell me they're getting for throughput.
So their Verizon's highest they offer is three meg, and like at my house, you're lucky if you get 1.5.
And our lowest package starts at 10 meg, and we give you a 1 meg up. Now keep in mind, these speeds are up to. If you have 12 people running on a 10 meg package in your house, you're not going to like it much, depending on what they're doing. But we will measure it right at the port on the Ethernet at your device, and you should be getting very close to a 10 meg if you're a 10 meg package.
Are there different prices for businesses versus residential?
We do have business packaging as well. One of the things that businesses tend to need is a static IP. And I always hate to talk to people about this because everybody either knows what it is or they don't know what it is. So I kind of try to say it the way I understand it. If you have a mailbox out in front of your house, it has a number on it. The mailman knows when they put something in the mail, it's going to that number every time. You're going to get your mail to that box because it's addressed that way. The internet's really no different. Although residential, it's like third class mail. We really don't care. As long as you have a mailbox, you're going to get whatever we bring by and stuff in it. And it may not be specific to you. A business typically needs to have an address that somebody can come back to each and every time and be consistent at it. So those static IPs have a little bit of a premium to them. And we have a whole commercial department that handles all of those kinds of things. It's not a terrible rate, but it's a little bit more than our residential rates. And it's usually generally mostly due to that static IP address.
What if you don't need a static IP?
There's certain things that come along with the business that, as far as levels of service guarantees. And I don't want to get into that whole realm because I don't deal with that every day, but you get a little bit of a higher priority if you're a business customer. I say that, but I try to make sure our residential customers get the same level of service that I would give to anybody. One of the things that I hear a lot is, I got knocked off the internet and I lost $10,000 because I couldn't go to work. Well, you probably shouldn't be doing that kind of business without a fiber, connection that you have as a secure connection in there, and you have service level agreements with a provider and all that kind of stuff. We'll still do our best to try and provide you any level of service that we can. I dispatch people on residential just as fast as I do on a business account. Service level agreements sometimes with like a Ward Manufacturing or Electric Cord or something like that, they get a little bit of a priority. I'll be perfectly honest with you. And they pay a premium for it. So if I have two guys and one of them's really busy, there's two guys going to be going to that job because they pay a premium for it to keep their business up and running.
But same thing with our residential. We have, I think, 7 or 8 different speed options to choose from, anywhere from 25 up to a gig. So, for residential, our slowest speed's 10. For commercial, our lowest speed's 25. And we also have promotions with businesses as well. You can bundle your phone and internet. We do have internet only promotions, and we do have commercial phone only promotions as well. So, for example, right now we have for a business phone line, $24.95 for a business phone line, which is actually cheaper than a residential line. This is a really good aggressive offer. We do have some good, we have, again, bundles. I think it's off the top of my head, I want to say $79.95 for a phone and internet bundle for business. Now for commercial, that same price, it's $49.95. So it is a little bit more because, like Tom said, it's a little bit more of a premium. better service, it's faster service. But yes, we have a wide range of commercial services as well. Lots to choose from.
You can add probably phone lines and fax lines.
Question was,
Is it a bundle?
question was about numerous phones in the house and fax lines
On a business.
on a business.
We have two phone lines, a fax line, and internet. So, I mean, I'm trying to gauge, I mean, am I going to be a business customer for you?
They have 2 phones and 2 faxes and
Internet.
internet, and how that works for you guys.
I don't know about that. I don't know if Tom knows, but I know we do fax lines. We have phone lines. We have customers that have phone lines that get dedicated to fax and dedicated to credit card machines. But I think once we get ready up and running, we can have a commercial representative reach out to you. And again, they'll right size you. They'll call and they'll ask for what you're looking for, and they'll be able to answer that question. But I don't see why we wouldn't be able to do that. But I'm just not too familiar with the technology on the commercial side.
I know that we will put a device in that will allow you whatever amount of numbers that you want to have available to you. If you want to dedicate them to a fax or to dial up, that's completely up to you. We can give you, most of the time when we get into a situation like that, we'll put a device in with 4 phone lines, for example. But you generally, at that point, we're working with an IT person on your side that knows how to get that into your network and how to manage that for you. We don't take care of your network on that side. We'll get you to a port, and we'll get you as many numbers to that port as you want. How you manage those numbers is up to you. And we also partner with a company, Penn Teledata, which is a sister company for us. Penn Teledata takes it to the next level of sophistication. If you have a need, let's just take Coneski Valley High School, for example. If they wanted to have a level of phone service, the folks at Penn Teledata through our facilities could offer that level of phone service that would feed the high school. They could do the same thing. We do the same thing with internet service. We do the same thing with the electric cord manufacturing. We do the same thing with Laurel Health that's there in town. So we have that next level of service and performance and sophistication if it goes beyond kind of the basic stuff that we provide at Blue Ridge.
If you touch on FM radio frequency, being built into
So,
Question was about FM
FM
radio.
radio? Yeah, we don't provide FM service. We provide 53 channels of whatever format you may want to listen to. But if you want 106.1 out of Corning, we don't provide that.
All right, I think we're going to wrap this up. There's going to be a lot more opportunity to ask questions as they come in and get built, and I'm sure they can answer all your questions going down the road. So,
Close this meeting. Thank you for coming.
Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you, folks.
thanks, guys. Night.
Night.
thanks, guys.
Thank you.